Let's straight away talk about various companies first, which have been reporting their numbers. Mphasis had come out with its third quarter earnings, and there you have the stock. It was much lower earlier in the morning, but now it has recovered at least from that lowest point of the day, about 436 rupees per share to 443 where it is trading right now. Total income was down 2.66% in the third quarter. EBITDA margin has come down as well in the third quarter. Overall, it remained a flat quarter for Mphasis. That's the October to December quarter that we are talking about. We got a chance to speak to the management about their earnings, Mr. Ganesh, Ayyar, CEO and Mphasis. And when we asked him about, the impact of Chennai floods really that the company saw in this quarter, and if that was just a one-off or there was much more that impacted the numbers in this quarter, this is what he told us.
Yeah, so if you're referring to the margin, there were a couple of factors, headwinds as I call them. One is the salary increment which we gave, which impacted it by 150 basis points. And the holiday season come Chennai impact was about 20 basis points. Despite that, we delivered 13.2% of EBIT. So operationally, we improved it by 100 basis points. So from that perspective, it was a pretty good quarter.
What's your take as far as the dollar revenue and constant currency growth that you've seen in this particular quarter?
See, I will probably just cover one element of constant currency growth, which is related to direct international. We grew 3.1% quarter on quarter. And in constant currency terms, we grew about 2.5% quarter on quarter. So even in constant currency terms, it was a very, very good growth for direct international business.
While on one hand, Mr. Ayyar, we do understand that EBITDA margin was eroded due to the wage hike that you've taken. So is that behind at least for the fourth quarter, and we may see better margins ahead?
No, a wage hike cannot be one-off, but yes, since it's already baked in, it won't happen again in Q4. So to that extent, it's already baked in, and we are working hard to. What is one-off is basically the furlough and Chennai impact, and we are also working to improve the margin further and operate within the band of 13 to 15%.
What were the key takeaways as far as the international part is concerned, strong direct international win that you saw?
Yeah, so if in total contract value terms, new wins in direct international was $61 million. What is even more important is 45% of those wins came from new generation services area, because that's the transformation which every company is going through. And if you win more and more in new generation, that means brighter future for IT services company, and more importantly, that company getting into the path of relevance for our customers. So to that extent, I'm very, very happy that we are winning in new generation services area.
Do you believe that at least mid-teen growth in direct international is possible anytime soon?
See, current forecast is market is likely to grow at about 12%, and our plan is to beat the market growth rate. That's what we have done in the last 4 quarters. And that's what you would see in coming 4 quarters, because our pipeline is extremely strong. But you can't compare it just one quarter at a time. You need to kind of connect the dots over 4 quarters. We are very, very confident in direct international we will beat the market growth rate.
Can you also talk to us about the diminishing importance of HP business that we've seen in this particular quarter?
Yeah, so we have been declining for almost 4.5 years now. We declined quarter on quarter about 11% this quarter. And if you take a full year picture, we have been declining at the rate of about 20%. So I don't have a breakthrough to report, apart from the good news that the MSA has been renewed for a period of 3 years based on existing terms and conditions.
So can we say, is HP looking to exit the stake that they have?
This is a question which I have been asked for almost 7 years that I have been the CEO. So what can I say? I can only say no comments.
All right, but even if they go ahead and do that, is that going to have any sort of an impact on the business according to you?
No, ultimately it is about whether you have the right strategy, right execution model, whether you're adding value. So it doesn't matter who the shareholder is, as long as collectively they believe the company is doing the right thing. Why should they come and meddle in that So that's how we are ensuring that we don't get distracted by all these news articles which have been hitting me personally for the last 7 years. Our focus is to continue to execute our strategy, ensure that our strategic roadmap is relevant, and most importantly, bringing value to our clients and thereby generating returns for our shareholders.
All right, Mr. Ayyar, we'll leave it there. Thank you very much for joining us here on NDTV Profit and sharing with us the outlook going forward and what really happened in the third quarter. With this, we are slipping into a quick break, but don't go anywhere. As promised, we'll tell you what's really making the metal stocks rally today.